Generic greetings and welcome back once again to Prison Architect, where in the previous episode we expanded the prison to the left hand side and give a rough briefing on what we want to accomplish and obviously plan some of that outward. I'll touch more on that later. And we also got a lot of grants done as well. We got a couple of grants done in terms of reform. We're working on that now with the reform program research, and also managed to get things like the workshop stuff done, as well as why are they fighting and why is there nobody in there to stop them? I'll pause that for a moment. Yes, and also managed to get some other grants done. I think it was to do with the classroom and the general education qualifications. So overall, pretty happy with our progress. Let us crack on and see what's going on here. And see, we've assigned these people to it, but for some reason, even though they are fighting over there, this guard apparently really doesn't give any level of caring. They're actually fighting. It's more of a pushing and shoving. It just says spoiling. They're not actually fighting really. And now they're fighting. Yeah, they're sort of just like pushing each other around. And although this guard is tired, this is Greg the guard. Greg the guard has a baton. There we go. That's now dealt with. Right, so, speaking of the expansion, on the left-hand side, we planned out this cell block here. There's going to be two of them, and it's all about grading. So, the cells are graded slightly higher than the original cells. The original cells are your standard affair. So, they are a standard 2x3 with a bookshelf in it. So, if we check out grading, so logistics, and then our room quality, these are rated 0. I guess if I turn on, hang on, if I turn on the quality, where is it? Yeah, policy, useful cell quality ratings. You can see some of these saying they're grade 015. Curious. Ah, right. So these are actually really low because they've got a bookshelf and the room size is at least 6 squares. But no windows -1, PA system in cell block, another -1. So these here will immediately be graded slightly higher because of their size. I'm also going to put windows in. And most likely we won't use the PA system. So pretty good. Just double checking here, we've got legal prep on the go and the death row. While we are waiting for that to research, let's discuss this area. So this is our death row. So 56, I'm trying to find the middle here. That would be 35, sorry, I think. 27. Okay, good. So security room for death row. So you come in, go through the security room. Not going to have a checkpoint in there. I don't see any great need for it. I do want a checkpoint. No, we don't need to. So there's your security room. Then you come into this area. It's already massive, isn't it? It's already far too big. If this side was dedicated to death row cells, which already has an internal 5x5. It's already massive, right? Because that's all you need. You don't need any more than that. 1, 2, 3, 4. 8 death row cells. That's more. That's probably more than double what we need. Yeah, and we've also got this huge section on this side where we're not using. Obviously, there's one room that we are missing, and we probably can guess what that is. So we can have the chair in the middle, and then like your benches. Do you need benches or is it seating? I think it's just benches. And if it's benches or seating, we can have them either side like that. All right. And there's your entrance way. But even then, we've got huge sections here that we're not doing anything with. So I instead could move that down to there. And move that to there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's more than enough. And do that. There is simply no need for anything more than that size. Because the death row inmates, which I don't even know if we're going to get, because you need to, when you receive your inmates, I think you have to have a certain amount of max sec to come through with before the others are available. So we might have some problems there anyway. Well, this is just speculative. But it means, what would these buildings be? Curious, do not know. Either way, I think we should crack on with this cell block. That's a lot of civilian commerce. There's a lot of civilian commerce. So, foundation, more. We're going to use the... I think we're still going to use the minimum. We could use the classy. Do I want to use classy? No, I don't. So that's going to go in there. And walls and doors. Doors. And it is the jail door grey, I believe. Yep. Jail door grey. 1 and then 2. What we definitely need is another power plant. We have nowhere near enough power to power this. So we'll need another one in. Okay. Right. I think I'm going to alter this. I think I'm going to alter this a lot. Again, all of this can be changed, and most likely will be changed. Don't need that. So he's going to run up and around down there. Overdose but being sorted. Yeah, that's fine. So, from the back here, I need a power plant. Do I want to put it here in this area? We could always do that. Yeah, could have just had power back there, couldn't we? That would have been a lot better as well. It's got a 5x5. 5x5. And then just have your door in there. That would be much better. And then we didn't need to redesign this. But it's a case of... if we didn't have that, I mean, what exactly do we need there? We don't need the space for anything in particular, I don't think. It's 27 by 27. So there's the entranceway, and again, slightly different size. Made it a little bit larger that way, just to give us some extra options. That comes off there. There's our building. That's 1, and then 2. Nope, 2. And then the back here. Have our death row bit. Don't know what these bits are. Again, you know, we don't need all this space, but we can have it. And then we've got 2 big buildings with an unknown purpose. Okay. The problem is, without any need for these buildings. You sort of earmark them and not know what you're going to do with them. Okay, I'm not going to stress over it too much. We're fine. We're fine. We've got this building to crack on with. We've got yards to put in. We've got showers to do. We've got extra power to place. We've got enough to crack on with without having to worry exactly of, you know, what everything is going to be. This area here, I'll do that first because we do need to start running power. This will probably be foundations more. We did use the, what was it, the wall classy over at the back, but I'm not too keen on having it here. Although, yeah, we'll stick with it, I guess. It's what we've used in the past. So this is just going to be another power room, and the reason I'm placing two is I may end up, well, I almost certainly will have the grids connect up to the main completed body of this prison and take some of the load off these generators, because as you can see, they're running very hot. So having them power these areas as well should hopefully help out. Anyway, this building's going in, so this will just be a staff door. So we'll put those staff doors in. Actually, we'll go for a double staff door, and there we go. And that'll have power there. This area obviously is going to get auto lit, so we'll let them crack on with that one. I want to have most likely, just checking deployment in here, change that on medium sec. I want most likely then to put the power in first, put the walls in, and then put the shower in before we start planning that. And obviously all this is in aid of reform as well, which is just cracking on, and that is worrying. I think that's legitimate. Tunnel search. That is legitimate. You would not get a tunnel system, you would not get the dog sniffing from there all the way along to that section unless that was legit. That's the longest tunnel, I think, we've seen in a while. Nah. Search again. You've missed something. Says there isn't one there. Search it again. Search it again. That's 3 times I've searched it and they ain't found it. I don't trust them. Okay. Right. I mean, we may have to remove some stuff, but yeah. Let's see what happens. Removing some of this. There you go again. There is definitely a tunnel there. It's that one. Dismantle toilet. Prioritize. Here we go. Benji. No. No. Dismantle and dismantle. I'm convinced that we have a tunnel. And this episode may consist of me trying to figure out where it is, and only that. Convinced we have a tunnel. There it is. That's impressive. 3 prisoners working together, and they're digging around. Look at that. That's a tunnel. That's a tunnel. And that's a thumbnail. Right. Remove tunnels. Get that done. Prioritize the work. And I can't believe we got that far. We'll do a full shakedown as well if we are able to. Back over to objects anywhere first, and I'm going to put the toilets back in. But you saw there, it took us, what was it, three attempts at searching, and we found nothing. Just, no, not finding anything, it says. And we didn't believe it. And for good reason. Yeah. By the way, I know there's a lot of people that want us to do some green energy back here. And I can't think of why we may not do that. Do we have access to it? Not really. We have solar panels, and we have transformers, and we have batteries, and power export meters. We could do green energy. The problem is we don't have the wind ones, because you need to unlock those. Let's have a look. You need to unlock them. Green energy goals. Yeah, it's locked behind these green energy goals, which I do not like. Unlock wind turbine, unlock the wind solar hybrid item. That's what I want. Ah, in fact though, you only need 3 solar panels, then 3 wind turbines, and then that. There you go. Oh, let's do that then. Let's do green energy. Why not? 1, 2, 3. That's goal 1 done. That gives us access to... wind turbines. Is that correct? Yeah, 1, 2, 3. Done. Cancel those. Don't even want them. Because we now have access to the wind solar hybrid, which we can just place them all the way down there. Right, cancel those. We do not need any power plants in here. This is going to be all green energy. And let me see how much I can remember of it. You need a... where is it? It is a transformer. Sadly, you can only go on the left or right. That's a bit of a shame. I'm going to place it in here then. And then batteries, which go next to transformers, but obviously they can only go next to the next to this when it's placed. Then we'll run the power down and out, and then all of this will be the green energy stuff. And oh, we also need a power export meter. So we'll place that in here, out of the way. Why not? Also flooring, concrete tiles. There will be some concrete tiles to be redone. Transformer's now in. That'll allow us to put some batteries next to it. But you can see I can't place it exactly where I want it. This is going to run down. And wind solar hybrids. So most likely there and was it there and there, I think. That's a bit of money spent there. I guess we can sell a lot of this stuff here as well. Sell. Let's be honest, money has never been really a concern for us in this series. That's not a complaint, just an observation. There we go. Loads of civilian commerce. Lots of it. And hopefully lots of green energy, which it can feed back into this grid. It's going to take a little bit of time to connect all these up. I'm waiting for these to be built so I know exactly where the grids are all connected and such. I'm trying to see what I can do to increase our health. More food, you would think, would be a thing. It's on high variety. I don't think we need to set it to high. I don't think there's really any point in that. We shall see. Says the process of installation is on the go. Yep, there's one of them. And obviously this is going to go to this transformer. I'll also double up on this side. Should have really done this side, the top one first actually, because then it would give us better connections. This is all going to be on one grid, so just going to run it down to there really. That'll connect it up to that. Currently on sleep time. Let's do a shakedown all sectors. 657 places. Searching underwear. Found 2 bottles of poison in the kitchen. That's an ingredient I don't think is desirable. Tunnels as well. I don't know why there's a great need for escape. I mean, I know the fact that it's a prison, so that, you know, the prisoners just don't want to be here. As a rule, I guess some may. But, yeah. I don't know if I need... Do I need the export right there? I know you connect that to that. Like that. Batteries. There's all that connecting. That'll all change colour to one grid. There you go. That's the purple grid. And this can come across. And across here. And to there. Because all of this is going to be put onto that grid. Same as the workshop. I think. We have a returning prisoner. Tom Gall. Extremely volatile and foodie. Wooden pickaxe. Where's a wooden pickaxe being stolen from? Apparently that person really wants cell phones. Must be a market for them, I guess. She is detected. There we go. Just stolen from there. Yeah, stolen from the workshop. Not that surprising. Should really remove all planning from those bits as well. So that's now in. I'm going to connect up all the grid. I don't think this is lit as well, because I think I cancelled the lighting when I was messing around with it. So there we go. There's all that connected. Just need to think about the grid then, the rework of the grid. Because I want to have all this central section here powered by that one, or that bottom one. So I'll need to cut the line off there and then connect this up to here. So what I'll do then, I'll connect that up to there. Yeah, and then I'll cut it there and cut it there. Is that correct? No, cut it there. And that should suffice. Although I don't know exactly how much we're going to use. I'm going to stop this shakedown, by the way, because they're trying to search some areas. There's another tunnel as well. Tunnels are a big problem. 1, 2, 3, 4 tunnels there. However, money is not. And looks like we have finished, and I never noticed, the programme. Reform to Education Initiative, no. There's a programme to do with reform. Reform Programme Research. There you go, we completed that. Excellent. Most good. Most good. Batteries are charging up. We're getting financial compensation there as well. Looks like the line is about in. I will sell utilities. So it's sell those. And sell those. And you see it does it immediately. Connect that up. And that should be everything back on. Prioritize that for a start. And that. Hopefully everything will turn back on. There's one on. Power's still going up because we still have wind. Good. We will eventually, I guess, transfer everything over to the other forms of power generation, the green energy. All right, let's continue on with that then. Was it like that? Yeah. And work up the top. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. I think that's all that's required. Connections. And power. And once again, run that across to there, then along to that one. And it'll be a similar thing. John Parker's kicked off there. Interesting. Informants. Any people I should worry about? Quick Ones Over says no. But we could have someone. Could very easily have someone. So I'm running the power then. And this, as before, we want on one grid. So I'm going to run that down to there. And that means that essentially that here, that one there, will only be powering these extra rooms and the right. So we've got all of the bakery stuff. Sorry, all of the cafeteria stuff, restaurant stuff, and all of this. Right, okay, that makes sense. Fair enough. So I'll let them place the power stuff in there. Didn't think we'd be focusing on green energy in this episode, but there you are. I don't think it's a bad thing to focus on. I know there's been some call for it, and I've resisted it for no particular reason than it wasn't this DLC, but, you know, I think it still is a good call. And we need to put power in anyway, so it made perfect sense to do it now rather than later on, didn't it? So, now that that's in, I'll sell utility to there, sell that, and then just connect that up. And that's all that powered. Batteries are charging. I will put some more solar wind hybrids in. There's no reason not to. I think there is a maximum amount you can connect up. There we go. And let's again just extend that. Extend that. I'm just waiting for that to be connected now. Just taking its time about it. And it's cost a lot of money, but I can't really comment on that big list there because it's a big list. Yeah, feel free to pause and have a look. It's a lot of money spent. And they still haven't connected it up. There we go. There's the connections. So if we check our logistics here, sorry, our utilities, we can see that we now have two grids, both of which are running at a reasonable level and shouldn't explode. And then over here, more than enough. Looking at that there, power production is 2,500 units. The maximum production for these is 850. So these are much better, these transformers. So I reckon, honestly, we could power the entire prison with what we have here. But we'll wait until it settles in so we can make sure everything's fine. And yeah, that's all right. Okay, bit of a detour, I understand, but I think it was definitely worthy of that detour. So we're going to leave it there for now. That's been a bit of Prison Architect. Next episode, definitely put graded cells in. I didn't want... Actually, you know what I'm going to do before we finish off? I think I want to build this. So it is our... I think it was it tiled wall? It was tiled wall. This is our tiled wall along here. It's going to be our shower. I'll designate it as such, and I'll do the bottom one as well. I'm going to build both while I'm here, because it doesn't take long to do. And there we go. Obviously it's shouting at us because we haven't placed all of the things in there that we need to, but we'll get on with that now. So shower head, and simple to do. These are one of those high volume, low cost items, but also high quantity. So doing that, followed by the drains, there's about, well, I don't know exactly how many we've put in there, but that's probably over 100 items we've just brought in. And obviously we have to put in the flooring as well, which was, I believe we went with originally this reclaimed rubber, which a lot of people did not like, and I agree, it's far from ideal, but it's what we've placed. But there we are, we have got this in. And while I'm on with flooring, I want to have the grate flooring in there. I mean, it's okay, I wouldn't say it's great, but is that what we've got in there? I'm sure it's great. Great, yeah. Okay, so we have managed to get in the green energy, replanned off the death row, which includes 1, 2, 3... That's the wrong size. Hang on a minute. Oh, hang on, deaths as well. 13, 13. Let me just make sure this is correct. If I go and see what's going on over there. I mean, that could just be another cell if we need to. Snitch. Didn't know. But to be fair, I've been focusing on over here. So that is most likely just my negligence. Or they were an unknown trait. Yeah, that's the problem when you oversee a big expansion and also some new stuff, while you also have to run what you've got left. It's one of the downsides. Yeah, it is what it is. So, we will leave it there. We have got the new showers planned off, cell block C, although technically D for the grant, but cell block C for the graded stuff in. All of the green energy pretty much sorted, although we need to do a couple more expansions and that sort of thing. But we've managed to redistribute the grid. So overall, I'm pretty happy with our progress. Next episode, we will crack on with this cell block, I promise. And that'll be graded as well, and we'll have to decide on that. Would like to hear your thoughts and feelings on this area here when it comes to, well, actually a couple of things. What these rooms could be, if this, you think, for the death row is the right size. Speaking of that, legal defence and execution liability. And what you think we should have in the centre. Obviously a yard and some sort of... It's going to be yard, and we also have to have some sort of flower therapy, which we are missing out on. But I want to get these graded stuff in first. But we shall see how we go, and next episode we'll also immediately do a tunnel search because someone's found something here which is likely to be real. Either way, I hope you have enjoyed the episode and what it is the series thus far. Comments in the comments. Thanks very much for watching. Take care, and generic partings.